As an opening statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. Good night. I'm happy to be here amongst these brothers. I know everyone when they were slim. So, just to give you an idea as to how long we've been friends and workmates and stuff like that. And, this is a conversation that's been going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I figure that it will go. It's always good to have dialogues and hear from different perspectives. So I would like to see more forum like these so that we could share ideas and we can put it together and see where we can go.
Yeah. And I know that there's work to be done because when I posted this, I mean, people started attacking me. Well, not really me. They were attacking the venture of me trying to get some guys come together, and people started calling names of people that they felt should have been in this conversation. Names of people who I don't know. I don't know personally. If I see them, I probably pass them straight. They probably pass me straight. Because I'm still new to this particular quarter of music in Guyana. And so, but then again, this is not the only forum that there will be. Some people were like, why is it an all-male panel?
Well, you're gonna have those questions.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is that you will never be able to please everyone. So,
All right, so what?
Some more volume.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Volume.
No, man, he can speak louder. He just. All right, so you've been in music and you've been in entertainment for years and years and years and years. What's your take on the current state of Guyanese music?
I think it's been lots of improvements. Guyanese music been getting support as far as I could remember. Coming all the way from Patches and them coming right through.
Who's Patches?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably was in Sunday school then. But I mean, you're taking it right back from the days of band music all the way through. I think we had lots of different times when you had major support and then it kind of went down and then it came back and most people like yourself at this age I think the last time we had really great support with Guyanese music is the days of Cross Color with Decoction Rhythm and Times 2 and playing in clubs and parties.
Yeah.
Those were top 5 songs amongst not only Guyanese songs but amongst all genres.
Yeah.
So we had the wavelength and sometimes it go up, it comes down and so on. But we've been getting support. Of course, we would want to see more support. But there's been lots of support over the years, and it continues to grow.
All right, before I come off of you, so pretend COVID wasn't around right now. The kind of music that's being produced in Guyana and the level that I'm sure most, if not everybody, agrees, the quality of the music being produced in Guyana right now, would some of those make the top 5 in the clubs?
Definitely. I mean, even at the secret location parties, they're top 5.
Well,
what are you talking about?
You've been to some of those parties.
I want to know.
I would say probably in the last 3 to 4 months, right?
Yeah.
So you have a wave of new dancehall artists. You're talking about the Jutovins and the Skello and Azariel and all these artists. Yeah, you go to a party and the top 5 dancehall, you get probably a Cartel, a Skelly Bang. You're definitely getting a Skello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're definitely getting a Skello. You're definitely getting a Jutovin and Gully Ras and so on. So, we've been having support. And I said to a friend a couple months ago, like, if the place was open up, you would have been seeing all of these acts on many shows.
Regional shows too.
Regional shows.
Why you pause?
Well, I mean, we're gonna get.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. We're gonna get to. I think my mic is going in and out. Yeah, but we're gonna get to that part of it. You know. Yeah, I think it's back. Yeah, we're gonna get to that part of it. But we have been getting support. I mean, as in Guyanese music. You look on the internet, you can see persons are reposting
Yeah.
at parties that they're at, is a new age, is social media. So you will see people partying and tagging
Give me a mic, Jude.
Guyanese. Yeah. You will see people partying and tagging Guyanese artists at various events and, showing their support. You see it even overseas. Like, I remember Labor Day weekend. So many persons were tagging these same Guyanese artists in parties, Guyanese parties in the US and so on, So I would say that they've been getting the support.
Yeah. But I am sure this is just my opinion. I don't know if it's the irony of it that at the time when the pandemic hit, we getting more Guyanese who going past the shores of Guyana, their music going past the shores of Guyana and going viral in places like Trinidad and the Caribbean islands when you can't travel. At the time when you can't travel is when your music actually going places. I personally believe like if we had kept the same energy and the place was open, we'd have a lot more artists from Guyana touching regional stages, maybe even international stages. Yeah, Malcolm.
Possibly, but not necessarily. This pandemic has allowed us to concentrate our viewing at this pandemic has allowed us to concentrate our viewing around the internet, and in doing so, many persons remember. If persons had a choice to go out, they would have been out doing all sorts of things. But when they're home, they're likely
so
to
it's
be
the
on the
confines
internet.
that really bring in the kind of...
It brought the eyes to the product, and the product was good enough to capture the imagination. So open, it probably really get some traction because they're all nice songs, but in this manner, they really directed all of the eyes there.
All right, so question. Do you think that if we remove this pandemic, that Baby Skello would get the kind of attention that he got?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so.
Go ahead. It started before.
I want to think so because this is a point Corinne always makes. Social media is there for free. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. I think what Skello and even Teardrop to a certain extent, what they did is use social media as the tool to get their message, their image, get their brand out. You could have the best song, you could have the best production, but if you're not using the available tools, nobody is going to connect with it.
All right.
I want to touch on production for a quick second because it's something that I hear a lot. A lot of times you hear, the song is not probably produced, the person is not probably on key, and all of that, right? I want to ask a question. On which device do you believe people listen to music the most?
Cell phone.
All right. So when you sit in a studio and you put in all these hours into producing this song for this sound that you're producing, where you think that song is being played the most? Through a big sound system or a surround system? No. It's on cell phone. And most times, these very cell phones don't have the capacity to give you that type of output, that quality. Right? You look at a youth walking down the road in the afternoon from school. He or she's listening to music on a cell phone.
Yeah.
We need to understand that we live in a different time. Right? I'm not saying that you don't produce your music to that level. Right? But where music has gone to, now the platforms that's being used, a lot of these old methods or old style is outdated. Right? So you're sitting down in a studio, yes, you paid all this money to produce this song that you bring in this fancy engineer, blah, blah, blah. Half of the songs that you put in it, the end user even hearing it.
Devon Wayne, because you're a song engineer.
I will have to agree.
Really?
To a certain extent.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Jude and I were having this conversation while we were driving up from the city. When we mixed the Soca Monarch and the Chutney Monarch and all of that. We didn't mix with big PA system and song. We mixed so that the instrument will come out on somebody's cell phone and their TV.
Okay.
So your reference in the production stage, you have to mimic the devices that the end user will use.
That's right.
So it don't matter how big and fancy your speaker is.
In the studio.
How it sung on the little scratchy cheap cell phone. How it sung on the cell phone. Because the cell phone is where your demographic who can listen to your song, this is where they can hear it.
Wow.
And this is where they can share it with.
Yep.
I
You
agree.
I'm not
And I
saying
disagree.
I'm not saying you discard it,
Okay,
but I think
fair.
you don't discard the other sound spectrum. It's just that when you mix in,
Yeah.
if you would go into the best studios in the world, they don't just mix on the big fancy monitors. When they finish mixing the big fancy monitors, they bring it down to a little monitor that sounds like a shortwave radio, a cheap speaker.
Oh, yeah?
And they want to make sure that it's clear on the big reference system and it's clear on the small things. So they're ensuring that everybody from Marcel and the comfort and one with the big fancy system is good there, but it's also good in the man phone. So we can't mix bass in the boomy area alone. We gotta make sure that the bass guitar, you hear a little thing and you
Exactly.
kick it and just boom in the more. You was hear
You know-
a little click in the cell phone too.